5 Minutes for Men. TR Nichols here with 5 Minutes for Men, where we have discussions and conversations about things that men talk about, usually amongst themselves. For this topic, I'm going to hopefully spark a conversation among other men about the definition of what makes a man. It's a very complex topic because there is no one definition, right? There's the means to make a man, which there's an endless number of ways that over time men are molded from different structures, different family environments, different skill sets. So I definitely want to spark that conversation. In my circles, this conversation doesn't necessarily come up directly. It's more of an indirect commentary in terms of men discussing how they've been raised, men discussing who's influenced them, men discussing what they see as their responsibility and their definitions of manhood. And because there's such a wide gambit of definitions and reasoning behind why somebody may think their definition is the correct definition, it's a very complex topic. For my not so large number of years on this planet, I've been influenced heavily by my mother and her definition of what a man should be and do in terms of his family and things like that. Now, what I do want to say is that my mother was not raised with her father. I, in turn, as well, was not always raised with my father. So that definition from my mother comes from a perspective of what her understanding is of what a man should be, right? So then in turn, I take that definition with the help of my uncles, try to figure that out in that process. It's such a complex topic, right? It's very interesting to me where I have come to find myself in terms of the ever-evolving mainstream view of what it means to be a man. When I was growing up, there weren't things that were considered to be toxic. They may have considered to be toxic then, but they weren't called that, right? That's man behavior back then. The definition that will be placed before my sons will be completely different in a lot of ways than the definition that I grew up with and understanding of what it means to be a man and what that definition has turned into over that period of time is totally different. So what I would love for anybody who's watching is obviously to subscribe to the channel, but as well provide your definition of what it means to be a man. I'm so interested in, and I'm sure there'll be a ton of definitions, I'm so interested in what other people have crafted over time to be their definition. And if you think you know, right, why you've come to that definition, then also comment about why you've come to that definition. If you think there's been influences that have crafted why you've come to that definition, then please provide those as well in the comments. I'm very interested in hearing from others and where they are with that definition. It's a ever-changing definition. There's things that men did when I was growing up that would not be looked upon kindly now. And there's things that men didn't do then that they do now that are more in line with my own definition of what it means to be a man. So comment below, 5 minutes for men. Hopefully this will be definitely a topic that spurs initially 5 minutes, and then hopefully that spurs a longer conversation about what the definition of a man is. 5 minutes for men. TR Nichols here. 5 minutes for men.